This episode is sponsored by our good friends at Famous Faces and Funnies located in Melbourne, Florida. Check us out on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. As well as Docking Bay 94 located in Boca Raton, Florida. Check us out on comicsandgames.com and Facebook. And Ian's Display Accessories, the best figure stands for iconic Kenner Star Wars and Hasbro GIJoe, shipping nationwide. And EGS Expert Grading Services, the GenX place to get your comics graded and encased, shipping nationwide. Hello and welcome to another fun, informal episode of Codename New to Viewer 2. I'm your presenter, Shabu Are You. Today we're just going to do a very short but very important video doing a PGX unboxing. I'd like to thank Daniel, Colette, and Rob over at PGX because they actually did me a big favor. Now, in earlier episodes, I talked about this whole thing about getting comics pressed and cleaned. And case in point, if you guys remember, I did an unboxing featuring my Transformers #1 that got like a 4.0 grade. I'll have a picture up here. Again, beautiful done book. I mean, I love this thing. But thanks to EGX, Tony over at EGX for doing that custom thing. And that's why I love EGS for custom labels. You know, you get a nice, unique look to your books. But of course, that one only got a 4.0. And it was really dirty and stuff. And I didn't take that option of getting something called clean and press because, you know, us GenXers, it's like, oh, well, more money? Why should I do that? So it deterred me. And anyway, I was able to get another Transformers #1. And this time I got a newsstand variant. So I actually upgraded. And that's what this hobby is fun to do. All right, I got a lower end book of a key issue that I enjoyed as a kid. But then, you know, I passed it on to another collector that is going to treasure that issue. And in the meantime, I upgraded by getting a newsstand variant and sending that into getting it pressed and cleaned. And I'll show you what this one looked like when I purchased it. So we're going to pull up the picture here. You know, looking a little dirty, a little rough. And then I send it to them. And again, thanks to Daniel at PGX. They did this to show me the difference and to educate you guys why this is a valuable option to get. Because I know it's tough to do, you can't do it, I mean, without destroying the comic. So don't attempt any of this. I've seen people like getting presses and stuff and doing it. If you have the time to do all these modern kiddos, they all do that. There's some people that have side businesses. But for us GenXers, you know, let the professionals do it. It's not even worth, you know, buying the press and all that other bull crap. So just option for this is actually very advantageous. So this is what I got back from PGX. Transformers #1. And you see it has newsstand edition as well as the origin first appearance of Autobots and Decepticons. So this means, like, you know, Optimus Prime and all of them. And again, like, the difference is it's more vibrant. The colors are, you can look at Optimus Prime, well, there you go, is a good example of how the clean and press, this probably would have been a 7 had I not optioned to get a clean and press. So I went from, think about it, a 4 to a 7 to a 9.0 utilizing the clean and press. And look how beautiful this book came out. I'm really excited about this. And I'm glad that you modern kiddos didn't get this and a real GenXer got this issue. So, you know, this is a beautiful book. The next book is actually, this is going to be short, it's only 2. Another box is coming from EGS, and then another box is coming from PGX. So I have two of the grading companies are sending me a bigger orders, but these are the 2 keys my holy grails, so to speak. So I'm really excited about showing this to you guys. Now, if you guys know me, of course I cover modern G.I. Joe comics. We do the histories, action figures, everything. That's what this channel is about. Celebration of Larry Hama and all his contributions. And I've said many times, if there wasn't a Larry Hama, there would not be a Todd McFarlane, a Rob Liefeld, or a Jim Lee. Herb Trimpe and Larry Hama probably should be on the Mount Rushmore of comics. And I think modern comic guys, you guys aren't understanding that. A lot of us kids, like, as well as George Perez, all these artists and writers that came from the Gen-X era, they're really important and significant. So that's why I started this channel. Plus, modern G.I. Joe comics are a lot of fun. And Larry Hama has been doing a great job all around, just keep going, and I think it's a wonderful thing. So, with that said, we all know that I have, and I've showed many times, my G.I. Joe issue number 1, newsstand variant, the first 9.0, but this is one of my grails, and I'm so happy to get it before all of this craziness and prices have gone through the up the wazoo for getting this. So obviously, the second G.I. Joe key, and it's been eluding me for so long until recently. Issue number 21, a newsstand edition. Now, yes, this one also got a clean and press, and I got a 5.5, but it's a wonderful 5.5. The reason for that is there's a little rip right here. If it wasn't for that little rip, this would have been a 9.0. That's it. But so it's a judgment call. Yes, this will be on display. I'm going to treasure this book with me, and it doesn't matter that little chip. I could care less. This is a holy grail for me, and we know how prices for these have just gone through the roof. It's not a bad thing. When I paid for the book and getting it done clean and pressed, to me, is worth it. This is a beautiful book. This is probably one of the top 10 most important books in modern comics. The silent issue just was a game changer. And this is another thing that modern comics kids, youngsters don't understand, how important this book was to the overall comic book industry. The creation of it, the illustration of it, the selling of it. This was something that just shook what was the norm down to its core. And that's why this is such an important book to have as well as appreciate and understand the significance of G.I. Joe issue number 21. And that's why I am happy that this long journey, and I'm getting emotional about this, the long journey to get this issue is done. There's been several times when I just walked away from some of them because for some reason it just didn't fit. And for me, I saw that little thing, but I saw the price and I saw it was a newsstand variant, and how besides that, the front of this book is wonderful. And that's why I am so happy. This is a 5.5 I am thrilled about. So, all these people, oh, it's not a 9.8, 9.8. You know what? Who gives a shit? If you're a real fan, if you care for your books, if you value this hobby, then this number, it's just a side note. Having this book is the most important thing. And it means a lot to me. So anyway, I just wanted to showcase that. And again, don't forget to utilize PGX. They're clean and press, and I'll show you the before and after the service was rendered. And I think it's advantageous. I've actually used this service now on a lot of the books that are right there being graded as we speak. EGS also offers the same service, and I recommend utilizing them. Tony's going to send me an order where I see his results, so it's going to be great. And I hope you stay with us. Stay tuned. We're going to have more. We have another comic recap coming up. So this is Shabu Are You signing off. Have a good one.